Good morning. It's good to see all of you here with us today. Want to have some conversations about some great things that are happening in the city of Montgomery, and we want to start by welcoming our new Director of Economic Development. And I want to introduce Frank Robinson, who for more than 20 years has been a leader in economic and sustainable development. He's worked with a long list of corporate and nonprofit clients, from banks, credit unions, and community development financial institutions to small businesses and government entities. He has extensive experience in articulating primary objectives for strategic plans for county and municipal governments, pursuing federal grant opportunities, construction management, and sustainability planning. He has spearheaded new programs, orchestrated logistics for philanthropic events, engaged corporate volunteers, and conducted economic impact and disparity studies, among many, many other initiatives. Frank is a graduate of North Carolina A&T State University with a degree in political science. He holds an MBA with a focus on economic development from Eastern University, as well as a Master of Divinity from Westminster Theological Seminary. He also holds several certifications, including Low-Income Housing Tax Credit Management and Development, Fundraising and Development, and Faith-Based Initiatives. As our city grows and economic development continues to grow at a rapid pace, Director Robinson is a man who will help our city maximize our potential and keep Montgomery as a leader, not only in the state, but the New South. At that time, we believe we'll see some of the same trends, some of the same successes, and some of the same positive results under his leadership and working along with our Chamber of Commerce and certainly working along with our partners at the state. So with that, I want to introduce Frank Robinson. Frank, you come on up and say a few words.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor, and thank you to everyone. When I told my friends and family, who are mostly in the Northeast, that I was coming to Montgomery, Alabama, a lot of them couldn't believe it, and to be honest, I couldn't believe it myself. But after listening to the passion of our mayor, meeting with him, Jeremy, and our chamber, I felt that this was a special moment at a special time, and this is the right time to relocate to the New South. I'm thankful to administration for taking a chance with me, allowing me to head the economic development activities of this historic city. There's a lot that has been done, which I was pleased to see, but a lot yet still to do. I look forward to working with my colleagues, look forward to working with business owners and everyone who cares about the economic vitality and vibrancy of Montgomery. We'll continue to build our downtowns, developing more retail and entertainment options, strengthening our small businesses, recruiting more tech and medical businesses, as well as all the priorities as the mayor has talked to me about, as well as to you over the years. I look forward to the challenges as well as the victories. Thank you for welcoming me to the capital city, City of Dreams. Thank you so much.
You know, one part of having an economic development potential is who leads it. And so Frank now is a part of a team that has a steady eye on development, redevelopment, and revitalization across the city. There are many opportunities we are already moving to take advantage of in areas like West Montgomery. We are working hard to make sure that the underutilized areas and areas needing redevelopment, such as the Normandale Shopping Center, fulfill their potential. We already have studies and plans in place for the Bellingrass, Cloverland, and Ridgecrest areas. Our redevelopment and revitalization efforts are aimed at ensuring an adequate and diverse supply of housing for all income levels within the community, minimizing the negative impacts between incompatible land uses, recognizing suitable areas for public uses such as hospitals and schools that will minimize the impacts to residential areas, and so many other things that we're looking at when it comes to infill development and urban renewal. Montgomery has already started conversations in a partnership with purpose-built communities. These are communities that realize racial equity, improved health outcomes, and upward mobility. This will ensure each neighborhood flourishes. As more of our neighborhoods flourish, so too will Montgomery as a whole. To do this, we must make sure that people have homes and access to the kinds of businesses and services they depend on for day-to-day living. The good news, analysis shows that Montgomery has the space and assets available to make this a reality. Not only is our city primed for booming growth, it's already happening. When we look at Montgomery's housing development, we've seen a boom that we haven't seen in some time. And we see one that has the capability to propel this city to a growing population. That's very key for a growing economy. We recently mapped out the number of new housing units approved across the eastern part, the southeastern part of the city. More than 5,000 new housing units are under construction or planned there alone. Now again, this doesn't omit other parts of the city that we just referred to, whether it's West Montgomery as well as South Montgomery, and some plans for North Montgomery. But the boom right now is certainly happening in east and southeastern Montgomery. It shows where you'll soon be housing near Ray Thornton Road, New Park Roads, as well as developments in the works around Vaughn and Taylor Roads. In total, to be exact, 5,157 housing units are in the works, and there's still room for another 3,194 units just east of Vaughn and Taylor. The influx of new businesses like Meta, Amazon, Manna Beverage, and the Inland Port and Hyundai expansion will further boost the city's population dramatically. I recently met with Meta's Community Development Regional Manager, and we talked about partnerships, working with our school systems, working with our community organizations, working with two-year colleges and four-year colleges. We talked about how to make sure these opportunities get into the neighborhoods and places where they typically don't have a chance to understand what and how to get a job at a place like Meta entails. We talked about their community engagement, their community involvement, and what they have done in other cities. So we're excited about not only what they have done, but what they intend to do here. And that's not all, because we know a lot of our small and mid-sized businesses continue to do the same thing and ask us how can we be a better partner. So in the coming months, we'll have more to share with you concerning growth that our city is undergoing. Many of these things I can show and tell you today are the things that we've worked on over the last 4.5 years. So I'm excited about our city's future, and we'll share with you the development when we can. Finally, I want to acknowledge Black Business Month. And speaking of this month and the growth, we want to make sure that our business growth is not only fair, but it's equitable. We want to make sure that when we are talking about businesses, everyone is included, including those Black businesses that have typically been left out in this city and in this state, costing us millions and millions of dollars in lost opportunity. The economic impact that we can observe by bringing more Black businesses into the mainstream of our operations, not just in the city, but in our state and in our country, promotes opportunity throughout our communities, and it buoys our entire economy. And so Black Business Month recognizes the significant contributions of Black-owned businesses and entrepreneurs to our local economy and our community. Last year, the Black Information Network listed Montgomery as one of the best cities in the nation for Black entrepreneurs. Across the U.S., a little less than 3% of businesses are owned by African Americans. In Montgomery, that number is close to 30, 10 times the national average. So we encourage residents and visitors to show their support by shopping and dining at locally Black-owned businesses and spreading positive messages through feedback and word of mouth. We want to see it on social media, we want to see it in action, and we want to make sure that people know what thriving businesses that we have right in our own backyard. I also want to draw your attention to a new grant opportunity that opened this weekend. The Montgomery Seed Grant Fund opened on August the 3rd. It's available to small business owners, including minority-owned businesses. Creating a robust small business ecosystem is an essential component for not only thriving entrepreneurship, but for a thriving economy. It will also answer the needs of our citizens who are asking for more retail to open up in their neighborhoods. Trust me, that's something that Frank and his entire team will be working on and have already started. So with that said, again, a lot of positive things that are happening in our city. We certainly want to continue the efforts collectively, working with the city, working with our community, to bring more positive results, to bring more good news that our city is undergoing to our community so that you will know exactly what's taking place in your neighborhood and in your community. So with that said, that concludes my statements, and I'll open up for any questions. All right. No questions? Well, good deal. Thank y'all very much. I appreciate it.